What's good, y'all? It's your brother SamAnt here at Viral Hip Hop News. Do me a favor, hit that like button and make sure you hit that notification bell for all the latest notifications from the channel. I do appreciate it. Alright, so Eddie Murphy was on the red carpet promoting his new movie that dropped on Netflix October 25th. Dolomite is my name. I can't wait to roll up and watch this soon as I'm done this video right here. If you don't know who Dolomite is, Rudolph Frank Moore, known as Rudy Ray Moore, created the character Dolomite, an articulate pimp back in 1975. Eddie Murphy is taking on the role as Rudy Ray Moore, giving us the perspective and the story of Dolomite. Should be a very funny story. Can't wait to talk about it. Can't wait to watch. But one thing that caught my attention while on the red carpet was legendary producer, comedian, and actor Kennan Ivory Wayans, as well as the GOAT himself, Eddie Murphy, giving their top 5 of all-time comedian list. You guys may be surprised, you may not be surprised by the names you hear from these two legends, but nonetheless, we're going to listen to that audio and come back with my 1-2, and I can't wait to hear y'all perspective on this list. Without further ado, let's hear Kennan Ivory Wayans and Eddie Murphy. Let's go.
Give me your top 5 favorite comedians of all time.
Okay. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Damon Wayans, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock.
I don't know who was top 5 is.
No order.
The king is Richard Pryor, and that's forever. And nobody's even halfway close. He is the ceiling of the art form, and all of us aspire to be like him, but nobody even comes close.
Richard Pryor, 1 through 5. Thank you.
5. The other 4 don't count as Richard.
All right, so it's great to hear from comedic legends giving their perspective on who they think the greatest is. I want to start with Kennan Ivory Wayans first and foremost, because he actually gave names to his top 5 list. He said Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle, Damon Wayans, and Chris Rock. Now, I have no problem with anybody on this list, although if I had to make any changes, I'd take Damon Wayans off the list. It's obvious why Kennan has Damon on his list, being his baby brother, being a part of the iconic Wayans family. You can see why Kennan would be partial to one of the greatest comedians of all time, Damon Wayans. But when I think of Red Fox, when I think of Robin Harris, when I think of some of the greatest comedians of all time, when I think of Bernie Mac, when I think of Cat Williams, when I think of some of the comedians that have paved the way, and you can even kind of argue with Cat, even though he's one of the newer artists that I've said on those lists, he's made such an impact in this comedy game that you cannot deny him as being one of the greatest of all time. I think I would put them 3, as well as a couple other comedians, in front of Damon Wayans, but that does not excuse or that does not discredit his genius on the comedic stage. I just rather watch him in movie more than I would on stage. You got them comedians that have that special talent where they can translate what they do on a comedy stage and equally be as funny on a movie screen. I think that's why Eddie Murphy is one of the greatest of all time, because not only would he kill it on stage, but he can give you different movies and different roles and different feels and be just as funny. Not to mention, or let's talk about Eddie Murphy real quick, because he dropped his top 5 list, and I love when legends of the game, they pay homage. They basically take a back seat to someone they feel paved the way and jumped more hurdles and did a greater job. And that's what we seen Eddie Murphy do by paying homage to Richard Pryor. I think any of the greats would put Richard Pryor number 1, and clearly number 1 above all. But for him not even to put himself in that list when it's clear as day, Eddie Murphy is one of the top 5 comedians, one of the top 5 talents of all time. For him to pay homage to a Richard Pryor who's been deceased for some time now, but name still resonates throughout this world. If you watch his comedy, if you grew up watching him, if you watched him during his later years and you were kind of young like I was and got to go back and watch some of his comedy tapes and comedy records from my family and just doing my own research and things like that, and were able to appreciate the genius that he was, you can understand why so much love is given to one man, in particular in comedy, in a genre where you see so much competition. Oh God, and I talk about all the time on a podcast. Just imagine if we seen some of the greatest comedic talents of all time, of our generation, hit the stage and do like a Kings of Comedy. We got Mike Epps, Kev Hart, Cat Williams, throw some other names out there, Carlos Williams, DC Young Fly, DL, TK. You start throwing names out there, and Cat Williams, of course, Dave Chappelle, of course. start throwing these names out there, man, and you really can have something crazy. And I know that I would sit back and enjoy 3 hours of comedy, because like no other comedy is just such a great medicine. It's such great therapy. We need just unadulterated, unapologetic, raw-ass comedy. The top 5 comedians should give you that. And when I think about my top 5, like I said, I'm not mad at anybody on Keenan's list. I'm not mad at Eddie Murphy for paying homage the way he did. Y'all leave a comment in the comment section right now, though. Let me know what y'all think of Kennan Ivory Wayans' top 5 list. Let me know what you think of Eddie Murphy paying as much homage and as much love to Richard Pryor as he did. And also let me know if you've seen Dolomite yet. Dolomite Is My Name is the movie. It is out on Netflix right now. It dropped October 25th. Like I said, I'm about to spark up some Granddaddy Perp. Go ahead and praise to the Most High real quick and watch this shit, man. I can't wait to laugh. I can't wait to give a review tomorrow on the podcast. Like I said, y'all leave a comment right now below. Let me know what you think of the comments from the legends and Dolomite Is My Name, the movie. Y'all go ahead and leave that comment. Also, in the description box, there's links to our Twitter and IG, which you also see up top. And make sure, like I said at the beginning of this video, you hit that like button and the notification bell to get all the latest notifications from myself, SamAnt, here at Viral Hip Hop News. We drop the podcast, the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast, the most dangerous, most disrespected, most underrated podcast out here to date. 4 days a week, we drop segments. If you want to hear it raw, real, uncut, and in its entirety, go ahead and hit the link for our iTunes, Spotify, or Google Play version of the podcast. That's the only place you can hear it raw, real, uncut, and most importantly, in its entirety. We appreciate each and every one of y'all's support. Like I said, check us out 4 days a week with the podcast. The audio versions will be out the visual versions and segments will be out Monday through Friday. Check it out. We do appreciate it. Always trying to keep it raw, real, uncut here at Viral Hip Hop News. Until next time, and until next story, I sincerely appreciate each and every one of y'all. If you haven't checked out a version of the podcast, I'll leave some commentary on the back end of this video that you can check out for your viewing pleasure. Let me know what you think. Until then, SamAnt, Viral Hip Hop News, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.
Kanye West, man, he dropped the album today, SamAnt, and we were listening to it, and we wanted it to be great. And it disappointed. I got to be honest so far. Now, I can't say that I listened to it. I didn't let it digest for days yet. Obviously, it just came out, but it was cringeworthy. I would go out on a limb to say he struck out big time, especially as far as it's a gospel. I guess it's gospel / hip hop, but he struck out in regards to hip hop and what we're used to seeing Kanye, bringing to the table. Great producer, great rapper. That shit was garbage, bro.
Before I go ahead and give my perspective on, let me ask you a question. Was it the fact that it was a gospel album that threw you off? What about the album that just kind of made you go, this shit's whack?
The lyrics wasn't good. The beats obviously was good, some of them, most of them, but the lyrical content, the content of it was garbage. Even in regards to like, shit, put Kirk Franklin on or something, or Hezekiah Walker, I'd rather fuck with them, or some good conscious, Christian rapper. I'll rock out with them. That could be better. It just wasn't good in any account. It's just, I don't know. It was weird. Maybe, some people out there who's into that, the Jesus thing and whatnot, they may vibe with it, but I don't know who he's trying to reach with this. Like what demographic is he reaching with this? The church people might not mess with it. I don't think. So who's going to mess with this album? Or do you mess with it?
Hell no.
Damn.
Nah. And I listened to it and I watched the hype very closely leading into it, and the album getting canceled, and then the rumors of this, and then him putting out the 25th, and then him putting in final mixes to particular songs and things like that. And about 1-2 in the morning on the 25th, because it didn't come out yet. People were looking for it, and for it to come out and to hear it, it definitely it failed expectation. The shit was whack, and I was like. It wasn't that it was Christian. It wasn't that it was Christian rap, or it wasn't that it was gospel, because the first song and all of his Sunday service songs, I got down with the music. I got down with him kind of changing the flow and throwing gospel to certain songs that we liked and listening to beats and things like that. And I thought that was kind of the direction the album was going to go. If you were going to give us a gospel album, all right, cool. I'm going to ride with you, Kanye, because I'm a fan.
Right.
I think you're a genius when it comes to this music. So I'm going to go ahead and ride with your artwork. I want to see it. And I wasn't fucking with it. I didn't like the one with him in the clips. I've never heard an album with Push I did not like. I wasn't feeling this one.
Man.
I just wasn't. It's early. So I can reserve all my opinion on saying that it is early. I listened to it twice now. I'll listen through it throughout the weekend and give another perspective on Monday. But as of Friday, October 25th, the album release of Jesus is King, Hip Hop Uncensored podcast, SamAnt, I feel like that shit is ass.
Got two questions for you. One,
damn it,
is Kanye, did he fall off and did he lose his mind? I
don't know. Kanye fell somewhere.
Did he fall off?
Kanye, yeah, as of right now, he's fell off. When it comes to being, I don't even know what to call him right now. As a producer, has he fall off? No.
No.
I think he never will.
Right.
He's a genius producer. We ain't talking about the beats right now. We're not mad at the production. Mm-hmm. It's the content. It's the lyrical content. It was how it was presented to us.
Right.
And we're going to go back and listen to it. And if I was wrong, I'm say it on Monday. Like, my bad.
No, I'm done.
I'm going to give it. And that's where I want to go with it. But I'm going to give it proper, you know what I mean? One more proper chance, because I'm pretty much with you. I fell asleep the fucking first time. Listen to it again. I'm like, nah, this shit ain't moving me. My attention span is somewhere else. And I don't know. I think he's having a real tough identity crisis right now. I don't know if it's perpetuated or it's something that he's just putting out there to gain attention. And this is just Kanye's season for him to do something new. Last year was Trump.
That's a good point.
Last year was this, and now it's this. I don't know if this is just the season or if he's genuinely going through something mental where it's just we're watching it unfold in front of us. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm not buying it.
I feel the same exact way. Cause I'm like, is this even real? Like, is he just trying something? Is he going through a phase, or did he really, is he saved? Did he turn his life over to the Lord? Because again, you were saying, we were talking about,